This video I'm going to discuss about the different tree traversals. Traversing is nothing but it is the process of visiting each node in the tree exactly once in a systematic way. Here the tree is the non-linear data structure. When it comes to linear data structure, the elements will be traversed sequentially. But here, since the tree is a non-linear data structure, the elements will be traversed in many different ways, and there are different algorithms for tree traversals, and these algorithms differ in the order in which the nodes are visited. Here in this section, three different tree traversals will be discussed. The very first one is Preorder Traversal. Preorder traversal works by visiting the root node first. These are the steps for performing the preorder traversal. The very first step is visiting the root node. After visiting the root node, it will move on to the left subtree. The very first step is visiting the root node. Second step is traversing the left subtree. And the final step is traversing the right subtree. Let's take one very small example. Small tree we will take as an example, and this is the tree. So when we apply the preorder traversal, according to the steps given here, the very first step is visiting the root node. So first it will visit the node 1. After visiting the root node, it is supposed to move on to the left subtree. So here the left node of the root node is going to be 2. So it will visit 2. After visiting the left subtree, finally it has to move on to the right subtree. So the root node is visited, left node is also visited. So now it will move to the right subtree, that is right node. The right node is 3. So the solution here for preorder traversal is 1. The very first node is 1, and second it will visit node number 2, and finally it will visit the node number 3. And this is how the preorder traversal will work. And the second type is post-order traversal. And this algorithm works by the very first step is traversing the left subtree first. Left subtree or left node. And second step is after visiting the left node, it will move on to the right node. Traversing the right subtree, and finally it will visit the root node. Let's take the same example, node number 1, 2 and 3. According to the steps given here, the very first step of post-order traversal is visiting the left node. So first it will visit the left node, 2. After visiting the left node, it has to move on to the right node. The right node is 3, and then finally it will come to the root node, that is 1. And this is a solution for post-order traversal. And the third traversal type is in-order traversal. And the steps for performing the in-order traversal is, the very first step is visiting the left subtree. Traversing the left subtree, and second step is visiting the root node. And the final step is traversing the right subtree. Let's take the same example, 1, 2 and 3. This is the tree. The very first step of in order traversal is visiting the left subtree. So it will visit the node 2 first. After visiting the node 2, it has to move on to the root node. The second step is visiting the root node. So it will visit the root node, and after visiting the root node, it has to move on to the right subtree. So here it will move on to the right node, that is 3. So this is a solution for in order traversal. So here when it comes to pre-order traversal, the very first step is it will be visiting the root node first. After visiting the root node, it will visit the left node. After visiting the left node, it will be visiting the right node. When it comes to post-order traversal, the very first step is traversing the left subtree, and then the second step is traversing the right subtree, and finally it will move on to the root node. When it comes to in-order traversal, traversing the left subtree first and visiting the root node. After visiting the root node, it will move on to the right node. So if the pre-order traversal means root node will visit first. Post-order means finally it will be visiting the root node. When it comes to in order, in middle the root node will be visited. The middle step will be visiting the root node. So this is one. So in this section we have discussed all these 3 traversals with one basic small example. In the upcoming videos, all these 3 traversals will be discussed with one proper example and pseudocode. Thank you.